Mastering the Mushroom Sacrament with Mystic Journeys Church for harm reduction and spiritual growth. Presented by Nerd Nature, the Myco Mystic. The Mushroom Sacrament isn't for everyone. 8 risks you should know. Number 1. Psilocybin can temporarily increase heart rate and blood pressure, which may be dangerous for individuals with pre-existing heart conditions, such as uncontrolled blood pressure, heart failure, coronary artery disease, or a history of heart attack or stroke. Number 2. Psilocybin should be avoided by individuals with a history of epilepsy or other seizure disorders due to potential risks. Number 3. Pregnant and breastfeeding women are advised against psilocybin use because there is insufficient scientific evidence to assess the risks. Number 4. Individuals taking certain medications that affect serotonin levels, like SSRIs and MAOIs, should exercise caution due to the risk of serotonin syndrome, a potentially life-threatening condition caused by excessive serotonin activity in the brain. Combining psilocybin with other substances that affect serotonin, e.g., other hallucinogens and certain medications, can also increase that risk. Number 5. Psilocybin use is generally not recommended for individuals with a personal or family history of psychotic conditions like schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, or severe forms of bipolar disorder and borderline personality disorder, as it may increase the risk of triggering or exacerbating psychotic episodes. Number 6. Those with significant trauma histories who lack coping skills or a safety plan may also be at risk of emotional distress and reliving traumatic memories. Additionally, individuals who have experienced adverse reactions to psychedelics in the past, such as prolonged psychosis or suicidal ideation, should avoid use. Number 7. Psilocybin should ideally be administered in a controlled healthcare setting with trained professionals. Please consider consulting with a trained medical professional to discuss your medical and psychiatric history. Number 8. Keep out of reach of children. Even though Colorado law allows adults 21 and up to use psilocybin and psilocin for personal use, we feel it would be irresponsible not to point out that our brains aren't finished developing until around the age of 25. So please consider waiting until your brain is fully developed. Assess your capacity and other considerations. Be honest about what you can handle. Match the amount with your mental stability and available support. Consider your emotional state, experience, intentions, set and setting. What is your intent? A full-blown mystical experience or a more grounded philosophical conversation? Larger amounts are better for existential emotional stuff. Smaller amounts are more gentle and help break habits and thought loops and remuneration. Will you be alone or in a social setting? It's best to stay with small amounts if you plan on being with a crowd. Larger amounts are best in a curated, personalized setting with someone trustworthy. Larger amounts don't guarantee more enlightenment or healing. In fact, larger amounts are more likely to overwhelm and re traumatize if you are not ready, or trigger an underlying condition or psychological disorder. The most important piece of advice that you can get is go low and slow until you know. Every body and every mushroom is different. The average potency of standard dried P. cubensis is typically around 0.5% to 1% tryptamines by weight, and that is about 5 to 10 milligrams of psilocybin per gram of dried mushrooms. Some varieties of P. cubensis, like PE, can be twice as potent. Blob brain coral mutations of P. cubensis, like Enigma, have tested to have as much as 3.8% tryptamines by weight. Some exotic varieties, like psilocybe ngeli, psilocybe zapoticorum, and Paniolus cyanescens, TTBVI to be more specific, also known as tamarind tree British Virgin Islands, can have as much as 5% by weight. Possible experiences by dosage. It's important to point out that you really need a scale, preferably one that can weigh down to zero point zero 0.01 of a gram, which is also known as 1/100th of a gram. The first stop is a microdose, which is around 50 to 250 milligrams, which will often experience improved mood, increased creativity, increased focus, enhanced motivation, improved sleep, and reduced headaches. The museum dose, which is around a half gram to 1.5 grams, you may experience euphoria, colors are more vivid, distracted thoughts, enhanced creativity, slight visuals like melty textures and breathing walls, and you may lose track of time. With a moderate dose, around 2 to 4 grams, you may experience warped and kaleidoscoping visuals, ego dissolution, mild disconnect from reality, minor synesthesia, distorted sense of time. With the mystic dose, also known as a heroic dose, which is around 5 grams or more, you should experience heavy hallucinations, ego death, disconnect from reality, synesthesia, and a complete loss of time. With microdosing, it's important to remember that you shouldn't feel it. If you do feel it, you took too much. You should notice a shift in your mood, but you shouldn't feel a buzz. Start low to dial in the dose that is right for you. The Fadiman protocol says that you should dose in a 3-day schedule. Day 1, you take a dose. On day 2, you take no dose. On day 3, also no dose. Day 4, you repeat the process. So you will start again with dosing. And then the next 2 days, no dose and repeat. The Stamets stack is a protocol developed by Paul Stamets. He chooses to use the microdose protocol of his choice, and you add a daily dose of lion's mane of around 1 to 3 grams dried mushrooms, plus 100 to 200 milligrams of niacin, vitamin B3. If you're concerned about tolerance buildup, you can take a 2-week break, which should provide a proper reset to feel the full effects again if needed. If you don't like the taste of mushrooms, like most people I meet, here are a few tips for helping the sacrament go down. Lemon tech. Grinding up your dose and make a tea with a splash of lemon juice. Let the mushrooms soak for at least 20 minutes before drinking. The water will extract the psilocybin, and the acid in the juice will start to convert the psilocybin to psilocin, making the dose take effect faster and stronger while shortening the overall duration. Chocotech. Grind up your dose and mix it into chocolate. Chocolate can enhance and prolong the effects of psilocybin. This is primarily attributed to compounds such as triamine and phenylthylamine, PEA, which might slow down the metabolism of psilocybin, allowing it to remain active for a longer duration. This interaction may result in a more intense and extended psychedelic experience. Try our magic dough recipe. Banana tech. Chitin is a tough polysaccharide found in fungal cell walls that our bodies struggle to break down. Chitinase is an enzyme primarily known for its role in breaking down chitin. A significant amount of chitinase can be found in many foods like bananas, chestnuts, kiwi fruit, avocados, papaya, green beans, and tomatoes, just to name a few. So if you eat a banana directly with or after eating some mushrooms, it will aid digestion and prevent bowel discomfort and help break down the fungal cell walls, making the compounds inside more accessible. And thanks for watching. If you found this content helpful, please like, subscribe, and comment below. And consider joining our network of mystics at mysticjourneyschurch.org.